Happy Black History Month. I'm Annabelle,
And I'm Sana.
and welcome to our Black History Month Assembly. We're going to kick off the assembly with the Black National Anthem. Lift Every Voice and Sing, also known as the Black National Anthem, was written as a poem by James Johnson and then turned into music by his brother John Johnson in 1899.
This song holds great meaning and value to the African community and conveys the struggles, traditions, and history of Black people around the world.
Singing the song today
Is Zoe Tolliver.
Lift every voice and sing till earth in heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let us march on till victory is won. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever on the path, we pray, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee, shadow beneath Thy hand. May we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Black history has been intertwined with Canadian history for hundreds of years. It is very important to the African Canadian community, but it should also be very important to everyone else who lives in Canada as well. We've decided to take some time to ask some CPA teachers what they think African Canadian history means to them.
And I agree with everything you said. I think it is really important for all educators to speak on this, and something I've been thinking a lot about and reflecting a lot about. And so, you know, as someone who strives to be an anti-racist educator, I think that during African Heritage Month and extending beyond that to every day of the year is reflecting on the historical truths that have come to light and the things that we need to be talking about, continuing to shed light on for Black history. And also it's really important for me, for my Black students to feel seen and feel celebrated, not just in Black History Month, but every day of the year.
Yeah. So much of our history, Canadian history, when I was young, open up a book, you didn't learn about African Canadian history.
No.
You learned about the Underground Railroad, and that's pretty well as far as it
yeah.
went in slavery, right? And it's so important for us to know because one, it is part of our heritage. It is part of our history. But we have to learn to celebrate the culture and to understand the struggles and appreciate, their joys in terms of the celebration of their culture. You know how we have in the past, before COVID, we had the celebration on stage, right?
Yes.
The music, the spoken words, and all that. And it's so important for us to appreciate that and to become engaged in it.
Nova Scotia is home to many historical Black communities that are thriving to this day. One of those communities that we Cheetahs should know about is Upper Hammond's Plains. And for those who are not familiar, we have some students from Madeline Simons Middle School and some residents of Upper Hammond's Plains to come share their history with us.
Hi, my name's Caleb.
I'm Nevaeh.
I'm Kingston.
And I'm Aaliyah.
And today we'll be sharing the history of our community, Upper Hammond's Plains.
One of the most important things about our community is how our ancestors originated here. The residents of Upper Hammond's Plains first came here after the War of 1812, but wasn't established till 1815. Our ancestors faced a lot of adversity when first coming to Nova Scotia due to many things. One of those things were the land they were given. They were promised good land, but when our people arrived here, they were met with land unable to grow crops and more. The adversity was so bad that some of our ancestors chose to leave Nova Scotia.
Even though the community of Upper Hammond's Plains has faced a lot of problems, they have come a long way, proving that they were strong Black individuals. There are multiple things that Upper Hammond's Plains have achieved, and that's what we're going to talk about today. One of the most important things that Upper Hammond's Plains has achieved is the fire hall. The fire hall was organized to be built in 1964, but wasn't officially built until 1970. The purpose of the fire hall being built was that a lot of the time the fire departments from lower part of Hammond's Plains weren't fast enough to put out fires, so people took it into their own hands to build the first ever Black fire hall.
One of the very first achievements of our community was the construction of the Wiley Mill. The Wiley Mill was constructed in the 1800s after our ancestors came here in the year of 1815. The Wiley sawmill was built by freed slaves, but recently the roof collapsed. The Wiley Mill was the first mill in Upper Hammond's Plains. It constructed things such as barrels, but then moved on to making mackerel boxes. The last two owners of the mill were Curtis and Frank Lee Wiley. It was passed down from 7 generations, and the Wiley sawmill was created so that our ancestors had a decent job to make money.
The church was made in the year 1845 by the community. It was built because there weren't a lot of Black churches at the time. And when Black people attended church, they would always be segregated into the Black section. And just like the incident of Viola Desmond in the movie theater, they were put at the very back and highest point of the church. So a man named Richard Preston helped Upper Hammond's Plains and many other Black communities to build the church so that people of Upper Hammond's Plains and Black people in general had a place to worship.
Another important achievement of Upper Hammond's Plains is the community center. The community center was originally a school in 1945, then in 1966 it turned into a community center. The people who built the community center were the county. They built the center for the community because they wanted a place for the community members to share stories, get to know more people in the community, and generally have fun around the people that they know.
Although our community went through a lot of struggles, we have progressed a long way to where we stand today. Black history continues to thrive in our community, showing that our ancestors' strength has been recognized. Upper Hammond's Plains continues to change and improve in many ways, like the fire hall, as well as the community center, the Wiley Mill, and the church.
The fire hall is turning into a place where the community can gather and socialize with one another. The community center is now a place where kids gather to do activities such as tutoring and coding. In the summer, there is day camp and other fun summer activities. The Wiley Mill is now a historical piece with lots of memories, but is no longer in use. The church continues to be a place where the community of Upper Hammond's Plains can gather and worship.
Next up, we have one of our very own students, Reese Wiley, doing his spoken word piece.
Thankful. To be thankful is to appreciate. To appreciate is to acknowledge, and to acknowledge is to see. Thankful, oh thankful, that's what I am. My ancestors built this world for me, one with community, with unity. Hopefully they see it through me. They fought for me, they fought for us. They merged for me, they merged for us. Days thinking of me, days thinking of us. Now we walk as kings and queens, not a king with diamond rings, but a king with 400 years of ancestors within me. Within me. Not behind me. To put something behind is to leave, lose, or forget. That's not my plan. That's not my plan. Because losing them is losing me. I can't do that. I can't forget. Let me see what I need to see. I see I'm thankful. I see a handful of people who died. L. Jones, Portia White, George Dixon. List the names all night. I dive into the history as I take a flight. In my mind and dream of what I can do. Crazy thing, they were dreaming of my reality. What I'm doing is what they were dreaming. Martin Luther King said, one day, that day is today. I compare with what I see in this day and age, and I realize I'm thankful. Breaking through doors so I don't have to. I pierce through in their shoes, hoping that I fulfill what I'm supposed to do and pay my dues to the ones next of me. Soon enough, they're looking at me in the same way, and I realize I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Everything is not perfect, but I can strive to be. We can strive to be. Be the change that's Black excellence, kings and queens. That's why I celebrate, not hesitating with my head down, but with pride. But with pride. Because their strides let us have a better life. Don't forget that, don't lose sight. That's not just for me, but for you. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Thankful. To be thankful is to appreciate. To appreciate is to acknowledge. And to acknowledge is to see. Thankful. Oh, thankful, that's what I am. That's what I am. Thank you.
We were lucky enough to get some members of the Delmore Buddy Day Learning Institute to come lead a workshop on traditional African drumming. And here's how it went.
There's one rhythm that is quite common. Now, if we talk about the djembe, if you know the history of the djembe, the story goes that it originates from Mali, and it's a drum that is used to communicate, sends message. So when the king is coming, and the drummer will play the beat, the king is coming, and everybody would know that the king is coming. Or if there's, when if there's a celebration in the town crier, sometimes they use the drum to send messages. There's a meeting, let's meet in the town square to have a meeting. So they use these things to communicate. So, but one simple beat that we're going to do, maybe you guys already know it. It's called The King is Coming. So,
all right, yeah.
Respect. Alright, so because it's very simple. That's the way it goes, right? Alright, so I'll get like kicks going.
A Change Is Gonna Come was written in 1963 by Sam Cooke and then later recorded in 1964. This song is symbolic to the Black community because it shows the struggles, the resilience, and it just shows that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Zoe Tolliver will now be singing A Change Is Gonna Come.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. And I go to my brother. I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there's been times that I thought I wouldn't last for long, but now I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come.
Why do we have Black History Month? A question that should not be asked. Black history is intertwined with Canadian history, over 400 years of ancestors behind our backs. There are many stories to tell and many victories to claim. So many Black inventors that most still cannot name. People of African descent celebrate Black history, but you should too. We remember the struggles that those before us have been through. For us, they climbed society's ladder. So the short answer to that question, we celebrate Black history because Black lives matter.
Thank you for taking the time to celebrate Black history through our eyes.